Hello everybody, what is up? This is Eddie Neddy and welcome to the latest video on the channel for you all here today. The last time I did a tier list, I didn't get the most positive response from it from you all, but hopefully this one will go a lot better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well if you are a Premier League fan or even if you're a fan in general. What would you class your club as in terms of European? So in this video, which is obvious by the title, we're going to be ranking clubs based upon their European, stature and how they have done across, the seasons in Europe that are currently inside the Premier Leagues, each club. So we're going to kick it off with Crystal Palace, who've only had 3 seasons in Europe. They've only been there 3 times, so they've not had a great deal amount of experience in Europe. The most recent one coming in 1998. They didn't even make it that far in any competition, so I'm just going to put them in. They've had a spell. They've been 3 competitions. No major ones, but they have been 3 competitions that are European. By the way, I'm not just saying Europa League, Conference League, Champions League for these. I'm also counting, obviously, the European Cup. I'm counting the Intercities Fairs Cup. I'm counting the Inter-Toto Cup, or whatever it's called. And other Club Winners' Cup, UEFA Cup, stuff like that. I am counting every single bit of European football where they have faced a foreign team that is not friendly in a competitive environment. So next team is Fulham. Again, I think Fulham are going to have to spell. They almost would have been in here, but unfortunately they lost in the UEFA Europa League final in 2010 to Atletico Madrid. What a moment that would have been Fulham, and the biggest moment in their history of the club it would have been. They've only spent 3 seasons in Europe. Obviously, the most recent one coming in that UEFA Europa League loss against Atletico Madrid. Next team we're on to is Bournemouth. This one's pretty easy. None. Bournemouth have never played in a European competition. So, yeah, not really too much I could say from it. Obviously, they finished a decent, mid-table in the Premier League a couple of times. But obviously, that don't qualify you for Europe. So, yeah, Bournemouth have no European history. Which is a bit of a shame. But, it is what it is, I guess. The next club we're going to rank is Arsenal, and I can't put them in Kings of Europe. They've only won 2 European trophies, actually over 39 times. Actually is one of the worst in this tier list in terms of how many seasons they played in Europe and how little they've won. So they've only won 2 trophies, Intercities Fair Cup and European Club Winners' Cup. The European Club Winners' Cup coming, in 1994. If I'm not wrong, then also winning the Intercities Fair Cup, and I believe either the late 60s or the early 70s. But yeah, they're a regular in Europe, Arsenal, most recently in the Champions League. They did go for a bit of a sticky patch, a couple of years ago, Arsenal, but, they are back to a Champions League club. Next club we're going to rank is going to be in the exact same position as Arsenal, is going to be Spurs. I'm actually going to put Spurs ahead of Arsenal because Spurs have actually won 3 European honours, 2 Europa Leagues and 1 Club Winners' Cup. So they've won 2 Europa Leagues despite they were a long time ago in 1961 for Spurs. But yeah, they have won 3 trophies and spending, just under a little bit, of time compared to Arsenal. 8 seasons less in Europe, which actually is a lot when you think about it. Anyway, West Ham. I'm going to point had its moments. They're not obviously not a regular in Europe, but they've had its moments. They've competed in Europe. If I am not wrong, they've competed in Europe 11 times, winning 3 trophies. One coming in 1965, the other one coming in 2023, and the other one, I believe, came in 62, I think, for West Ham. Obviously, most recently winning the UEFA Conference League, got in the new latest competitions, beating Fiorentina in the final with David Moyes. Next team we're going to move on to is Ipswich Town, and another one that I'm going to put similar with West Ham. Ipswich Town have actually had, surprisingly, 12 seasons in the in European football, which I think definitely surprises some people, winning, the UEFA Cup, with the club in 1985. What an achievement that was for Ipswich Town, and the biggest moment in their club's history. Next one is going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers, who have been in Europe 8 times. However, not really amounting to much in Europe. They did lose in the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup. And also lost in the final as well. So yeah, it's a little bit gutting for Wolves. They've had, you know, spells in Europe, not recently. So I think I'm going to have to put them below these because, like, despite, you know, Wolves have had a lot of seasons in Europe, you know, 8 seasons, but actually not winning anything compared to Ipswich and West Ham who have. You've got to put Wolves in a spell. Next team is Brentford, another easy one. None. They've had none, so they can go ahead or before. I'm going to put them before because Bournemouth came closer. But Brentford, no seasons in Europe. Chelsea, I've got to put them in, you know, up there for the Kings of Europe. You know, Chelsea are, I think, the most successful team in terms of seasons played to trophies won. So, Chelsea played 32 times in European... Not played 32 times, but they've had 32 seasons in European competition, winning 9 trophies, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 UEFA Europa Leagues, I believe 2 UEFA Super Cups, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, and I believe, I don't know what the other one was, but unfortunately it's not the most popular. But then again, it still is a trophy in Europe. So yeah, you've got to put them up there for the Kings of Europe. Chelsea, 9 international trophies won. They just need to bump up their domestic, you know, trophies in terms of Premier League titles. Next team we're going to go is Manchester United, who are arguably the second biggest, you know, European club. They spent 47 seasons, you know, in Europe. 47 seasons. That is absolutely insane. However, not winning as much as Chelsea, but in terms of winning more Champions Leagues, they've won 3 Champions Leagues. Manchester United winning 6 trophies overall. The UEFA Europa League coming once, the Super Cup coming once, and the Club Winners' Cup coming once as well. So yeah, great achievement there for Manchester United, winning 3 Champions Leagues. Next team is Brighton. Honestly, they're going towards the bottom of the barrel spell. They've had 1 season in Europe under Roberto De Zerbi. Man City, to be honest with you, I don't know where to put Man City. I don't know where to put them in Kings of Europe or regular. I think I'm going to put them in regular, but ahead of Spurs and Arsenal purely for the fact of winning the Champions League. Let's say if Man City didn't win the Champions League, you know, they'd probably be in here. But, you know, actually, no, I think they'd still be up there. They've won 4 trophies, being in there 24 times, win the Champions League, Club Winners' Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and Club World Cup for Manchester City. Next team is Newcastle, another club that's had its moments within the European competition, winning 2 trophies. However, nowhere near as prestigious as Ipswich won, winning the Intercities Fair Cup and the Intertoto Cup as well. Spending 17 times in Europe. That is incredible. And now we move on to the Kings of Europe. Liverpool winning the most European trophies in England. 14 European trophies, 49 European seasons, 6 Champions Leagues, 3 Europa Leagues, 4 Super Cups, 1 Club Winners' Cup. What an achievement there for Liverpool, you know, to win that many trophies. Everton, a regular, you know, arguably they spent, you know, well, not recently. I think it's a bit weird putting them in a regular, but recently, you know, Everton have actually been technically more successful than Arsenal. You know, they spent 17 times in Europe. Everton winning 1 trophy. However, that trophy was the European Cup. So, yeah, massive achievement there for Everton. Arsenal spending a lot more seasons, but Everton arguably winning the bigger European trophy. In terms of the next team, Nottingham Forest, who have won 2 European Cups, brackets now, Champions Leagues. Yeah, they've I feel weird putting them into regular, but, you know, I kind of want to put them in Kings of Europe in a way, because, you know, to win the Champions League twice, you know, is obviously an incredible achievement. You know, you can everyone say you've had that one off, but to win it twice. Nottingham Forest have actually spent a decent amount of time in Europe as well. They spent 8 times in Europe, winning 3 trophies. So UEFA Cup, I believe, was the other one, but not just the Champions League. So I'm going to put it in a regular. Despite they've not spent that many times, they've won a lot. I am going to put them ahead of Arsenal. I'm going to put them ahead of Everton. I'm going to put them ahead of Forest. I'm going to put them ahead of City. So, yeah, obviously winning 2 Champions Leagues. City will probably even that soon, though. Next team we're going to have is Villa. Villa, hey, you know, despite Forest spent a lot less seasons than Villa, you know, in the, inside Europe, but Villa have spent 23 times, but however winning 3 trophies, but only 1 European Cup compared to Forest's, 2. So I can't put them ahead of Forest, can I? They won 3 trophies. They won the Intertoto Cup as well in 2001, I think it was. So I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna put them in regular, you know, because I can't put them ahead of Stoke, which won 2 Champions Leagues and them only winning 1. Next team we're gonna go is gonna be Southampton, who haven't had a few times, you know, in Europe, 9 times in Europe. However, haven't won anything, I don't think. So yeah, in a spell. And in terms of Leicester City, you know, for the final one, Leicester City have not won it 7 times. They've been in Europe 7 times, Champions League. However, not actually done anything, you know, in them, but have a lot more recent history and a lot more recent success. So I'm going to put them ahead of West Ham. You know, recently in the Champions League, they lost in the semi-finals to AS Roma, most recently in the Europa League. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this video on the channel. If you guys have enjoyed it, please do make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this ranking in the comments. Have a great day, everybody, and see you all soon. Much love. Take care.